to another episode of Bourbon Talks. I am your host, Ashley Young, and I just want to thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. You all have been so great in watching and leaving me comments and writing me messages. I truly, truly, truly do appreciate it. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that you have your bourbon ready because I do. And yeah, we've kind of needed it over these couple weeks. I know we have, and I'm gonna jump into a few reasons of why we have. Now, I do want to talk about my favorite college team, which is a college that I went to, is University of Louisville. This show isn't all about sports, but it is something that's important to me. And I did say on my very first episode that I am going to talk a little bit about everything. So I haven't talked about them this entire, time that I've been doing the video blogs. And so I just got to get off my chest the fact that we were so close. So close into making it into the playoffs, and we shot ourselves into the foot. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. And I know some people may look at me and say, Ashley, come on, it's not like you're playing the game. You say it's so easy, but when you set expectations for yourself, other people expect you to keep up with those. Your fans, your friends, your family, your coaches, yourselves. And it's just when you don't meet those expectations, I know that you let yourself down, and you just let a whole lot of other people down too. And I'm still proud of these boys. I mean, they played really hard after last Thursday's beatdown from Houston. I don't feel like they deserve to make it into the playoffs, but I'm still a fan. I'm gonna love them regardless. I'll be screaming and be chanting and cheering for them when they play University of Kentucky, because we don't mess with that blue stuff. No. So I'm definitely still gonna be cheering them on, but I was just truly disappointed, and that caused me to drink a lot last weekend. So if you have some time this weekend, please watch University of Louisville versus University of Kentucky. They will be playing, and it's going to be a great game because they're rivals, and it should be interesting. Now, something else that I wanted to talk about is something that we're all going to have to deal with. Whether you're just going to friends' houses on Thursday for Thanksgiving, or whether you're spending time with your own family, Friendsgiving, whatever you are doing this Thursday, the thing that you're going to have to deal with is talking about the election. But some of us may be having different experiences, because some of us that may not have supported Trump will be with people, family members, or maybe friends that did support Trump. Now, because I do not support or care for, and just downright hate this man, I am going to give everyone else who feels the same way like me 3 tips of surviving Thanksgiving this Thursday with your friends or family that may have voted or support Donald Trump. So, number 1, don't be afraid to talk about it. I know a lot of people don't want to ruffle the feathers when they're with their family and friends. There's already a lot of pressure, especially if you go to Thanksgiving at my house. There's a lot of talking about goals and what you got going on with your life and who you're dating and everything like that. But don't be afraid to talk about the election. It is what it is. It happened, and we have to deal with the consequences of this. So when you get in those discussions, don't be afraid to go for it and defend what you believe and why you believe it. I'm not saying that you're going to turn a Trump supporter, because it's been this long. I don't see them changing their minds. But you never know what may stick in their mind and may cause them to understand why you feel the way you feel. And you may understand, I doubt it, but they may tell you why they feel the way they feel. And so don't back down. Stand your ground, and don't let anyone bully you this Thanksgiving. say why you don't support him, and say why you're scared if you are scared, or say why your friends are scared. Put it out there so that they know just because it's a holiday or just because we're family and friends doesn't mean that I'm gonna let this go. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, drink and eat heavily. One of the things that helps me get through things and help me get through election night, is helping me get through these couple weeks, is you know, we're weeks after the election, is a nice drink after a long day, after hearing all this nonsense on the news, and good food. I really feel like that is what helps people get through. And there's nothing wrong with eating 2 or 3 plates of your mom or your grandmother's good home cooking. I mean, you've been away for this long, you might as well eat, and eat right. And that should make you feel just a little bit better about these Trump supporters in your family, or, you know, like I said, friends that are there. And there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit tipsy on Thanksgiving. So that's my tip number 2. And tip number 3 is don't let it ruin your Thanksgiving. And I know people are like, yeah, that's easier said than done. You're right. But you have to smile. We cannot let this take our joy. I, for one, am struggling with that because I'm a very optimistic person, but when I think about everything that has happened and who it affects and how it affects myself personally, I just get upset. But I cannot let that kill my joy. I may get upset for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, but I gotta get back right into it. I gotta say I have a life to live. I have family and friends that still love me and support me and are always gonna be in my corner, and I with them. So you can't let it ruin your time, because this is a wonderful day to celebrate. This is an amazing time, and just have fun. Let loose and just have fun this Thursday. So those are my 3 tips, okay? Don't be afraid to talk about it. Eat and drink heavily, and don't let it ruin your Thanksgiving day. Okay, so those are my Thanksgiving tips. Now, I do want to kind of circle back to the election and things that have been happening afterwards. You know, we've had a lot of people kind of come out of the woodwork and taking a stand. You know, Green Day at the American Music Awards, you know, came out, you know, just out loud, does not support the president-elect, doesn't support anything that has to do with KKK or white supremacy. And I think that is great that they use their platform to take a stand. We need more people to continue to do that. And on the other hand, you have just some stupid little tramp named Tila Tequila. Tila Tequila? Yeah. Tila Tequila. Running with Nazi supporters and white supremacists and letting her voice be heard. Now, again, we have freedom of speech, that you do. But are you serious? And how can this look good for the president-elect and everybody that he's picking? Because we clearly see what direction they're going in. All of those people who said give him a chance, yeah, eat shit. No, we are not giving him a chance. Not when technically I wasn't going to give him one, but other people that I knew were going to give him a chance, and we see what happened. So I just encourage you to open your eyes to what's going on. Be careful. Read everything that you can verify. I'm not going to say everything, but everything that you can verify that is a reliable source. Read and stay awake. Stay woke. Hashtag stay woke. Please do. Because they're going to try some things, and we have to be ready. We cannot let down the fight. We cannot let our guard down. So that's what I wanted to talk about on just the election, and give you guys an update if you didn't know some of the things that are currently going on. Now, like I always have, is a bourbon drink of the show, because I love my bourbon. I did have some people ask me why I never make the drinks that I talk about, and I just love bourbon the way it tastes naturally. I like it on ice or neat, and that's just something that I do. But I know that other people that are growing into the taste of bourbon, they may not like it that way. So that's why I try to give you all a bourbon drink of the show, just to help you guys out and ease you into it. And when you do, when you graduated, then I will tell you the best bourbons to have neat or on ice. So the bourbon drink of the show today is called Kentucky's Cousin. Do not make any Kentucky jokes because that is my hometown. So I'm going to give you all the ingredients. So what you need are 4 mint leaves, plus 1 mint sprig, 3 lemon slices, 4 brandied cherries, ½ ounce of simple syrup, 1 cup of ice, 2 ounces of bourbon, but you can go a little heavy on that. I usually double my bourbon intake. ½ ounce of cherry herring or cherry liqueur, 1 ounce of chilled brewed black tea, and ½ ounce fresh lemon juice. Doesn't all that just sound so refreshing mixed in? It does. So what you're going to do is, in a cocktail shaker, I know not all of us are that fancy, but if you do have one, take advantage of this incredible mixed drink, which I'll also have below the video so that you can have that. But in the cocktail shaker, you're going to muddle the mint leaves with 2 lemon slices. Now, you can get a muddle just about anywhere. I know you can get them for cheap at TJ Maxx or Kohl's or Walmart, Target, if you go there. And you can just muddle those mint leaves with 2 lemon slices, 3 cherries, and the simple syrup. Then you're going to add the ice, the bourbon, cherry herring, tea, and lemon juice. And you're going to shake it, shake it, shake it. That was a little weird. But you're going to shake it and then pour it into a rocks glass. And then garnish it with a little mint sprig. And then just have the remaining, lemon slice and cherry. You can add that on in there. Again, I know that it would be great to actually see that. And I may start making the drinks even though I don't drink my bourbon mixed or anything like that. I may still surprise you guys one day. But there is your bourbon drink of the show. Like I always like to tell you as well is how to reach me. You can reach me at bourbontalks@gmail.com, which you will see at the end of this video. You can also go to our Facebook page and like the Facebook page. When I say our, I mean mine. Is www.facebook.com/bourbontalks. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, please do. It's Instagram I'm sorry, not Instagram, but it's on Twitter. My Twitter handle is In Love With Sports, which just wait for the end of the video because it's a little interesting to spell out, but it's In Love With Sports, and I do follow back, so if you want to follow me, I will follow you right back. Thank you again for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving. Drink up, and remember, there's nothing wrong with a little bourbon.